What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Life After Lockup, season number 4, episode number 20. Thank God we only have 2 more episodes left. Thank you, Jesus. All right, you guys. So this episode is titled "I've Got Warrants, Bruh." All right, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't yet subscribed, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know you can do me that favor by liking the video, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, and with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Life After Lockup. And once again, thumbs up the video, you guys. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Kevin and Tiffany out of the way. I never want to see these two or three ever again. I never want to see Kevin and his bad crater face. I never want to see Tiffany. I never want to see Kayla. I'm so glad I did not review the last few episodes with those three because they annoy me, especially when Kayla pulled up to that date that they went on and they did not see her outside of the house. You know what? We're not going to get into it because that episode is the one that pissed me off. I actually watched that episode last week thinking that I was watching last week's episode. That's why you guys didn't get to review, because I was going to review last week's episode, but I got pissed off when I realized I watched the episode before. So, Kevin, he's out looking for Tiffany. I was like, oh my God, this is stupid and boring. Tiffany's not responding to him because Kayla, after that video that Kayla sent her, I was like, okay, so y'all really want me to believe that this is some real stuff? Okay. So then he went by his friend's house. Everyone loves to blame Tiffany for the things that are going on between she and Kevin, as if Kevin ain't playing games with her and Kayla. And I'm confused with Kayla. Like, Kayla, you got a beef with Tiffany, but he's playing you and playing her. But you got the beef with her. Y'all, this is just dumb. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. So then he texts one of her friends wanting to meet up with her, and the fact that he kept calling her friend a bitch, I was like, bruh, that is disrespectful as hell. We TV, if you guys watch my videos, please listen to me and listen to me clearly and loudly. Get rid of these two. Well, get rid of these three. Get rid of Kayla. Get rid of Tiffany, and get rid of Kevin. I don't ever need to see them on my screen. I would rather see Dalton and that little dimwit he was with. I'd rather see Indy and Harry. I would rather see Indy and Harry. And you guys know I can't stand Indy and Harry. I'd rather see those two. I'd rather see anybody. I would rather a double scene of Sean and Sarah and Destiny. I'd rather a double scene of Taylor and Chance. I'd rather a double scene of Brittany and Ray. I'd rather a double scene of Amber and Puppy. Let's pause here and let's move forward. You guys, let's talk about Chaz and Brandon, you guys. They can go too. They can go too. So Chaz is pissed off with Brandon after the conversation that he had with her in the last episode. Chaz, the writings have been on the wall with Brandon. You were just too oblivious to see it. If a woman breaks down crying, now granted, I get that Brandon says that she has some body issues, and I do believe her in that aspect. But I also believe that she just didn't want to sleep with you because she does not like you. She was not attracted to you. If every time you talk about having sex with her, she breaks down crying, that's a red flag. And you're just playing, at this point, you're just painting it blue, orange, green, purple. Oh God, Chaz can go. So we see her and she's with her friends and she's discussing the situation with her friends. I really don't care about this scene, you guys. It was really, it's just annoying at this point, right? So she feels like he's messaging other women. He is on this escort website and he is going to message her. I was like, oh my God, why are we going through this? Literally, why are we going through this? Oh God. So come to find out that her ex Yola is living with her friend Tara. So Chaz is reading some reviews about Yola, and not Yola, but Brandon, and allegedly she met up with one of her escorts and her Johns or whatever you want to call it, and it was another woman there. There are mirrors on the wall. Coincidentally, we see Yola and her downstairs in the basement. There's a mirror perfectly placed over the bed. I was like, oh God. Can this scene end? Can this scene end? Then we see Brandon. Girl, that hair is bothering me with Brandon. That hair, I want her to rip all of those extensions out. It's too much. They're not the same color as her real hair. You know what? Go on. So Yola comes in and he says that, he heard that she was going to be leaving Portland. She says, no, she's going to be staying. He says, that's good. So then he's running off his feelings to Brandon when I wasn't listening, because I couldn't get past them tattoos on his face. And the one in particular that I couldn't get past was the one right here on his chin. I was like, is that a spider web on his mouth, near his mouth? Okay. So while she's talking to Yola, her phone is ringing. They make it as if it's Chaz texting her. This could be a splice scene where Chaz is texting her, but she might not be with Yola. I don't care. I don't care, you guys. I want them gone too. Oh, let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys, next up, let's talk about Taylor and Chance. Now, I was hella confused about Taylor and Chance. And the reason why I was confused by them, because they brought them in, unless I missed some scenes in this episode, Taylor and Chance didn't come into the last part of the episode. And I was like, why did y'all waste a scene with these two? So Taylor and Chance are getting ready to go get an ultrasound for the baby. And I was like, wow. So she's far along in her pregnancy, because the woman asked her, did they want to know what the gender is? And she said, well, Chance says no. She didn't. I was like, so you're letting him speak for you? You know what, girl, if you like it, I love it. I really don't care. So they were talking about the wedding. So Taylor postponed the wedding, right? Chance wants the wedding. I was like, why don't y'all just go down to the courthouse and get married? I mean, it's the same damn thing. Only thing is, the difference between going to the courthouse and having a wedding is the pomp and circumstance. So what's wrong with y'all just going to the courthouse and saying your I do's? You're still married in the eyes of the law and the eyes of God. So what's wrong with the courthouse? So although I don't like Taylor, I did feel bad for Taylor in this scene when she started crying, because she was, the woman asked her how many kids does she have? How many times has she been pregnant? She says 5 times, right? So the woman asked her, how many kids do you have? She says she has 3, her 3 girls. So she miscarried her son, and I do, my heart goes out to Taylor for that one. I'm not a cold-hearted person. My heart does go out to her. And it was actually really sad to hear her talk, because I felt her pain. I don't know that pain, but I could feel her pain. So she doesn't want to know this. I think she wants to know the sex of her baby, but her fiance doesn't. So I guess she's going along with what he wants. Girl, fuck him. Say I want to know what the sex of my baby is. I don't care what he says. I want to know. So she wants it to be a boy, but she doesn't want it to be a boy because she's afraid, because she had all of her girls, but her son, she doesn't have him. So she's afraid that if she does have a boy, that if it is a boy, history might repeat itself. I was like, oh, I hate that. I hate that. Like, that has to be a scary feeling. But I don't, again, Taylor's not my favorite person, but I don't want her to think like that. Have positive thoughts, right? Think positive things. Think, if this is a boy, I finally have my son, not to replace the one that I lost, but I have my boy. And just think positive things, especially when the woman said that, everything is on track, right? So just have positive thoughts, Taylor. I'm I'm sending positive vibes to you, although I've, stated that you're not my favorite person, but I wish nothing but the best for you. And for you, I do hope it's a boy, but I also do hope for you, for Taylor. This is my hope for Taylor and my wish for Taylor, and something I suggest for Taylor. I think Taylor needs to go get therapy. And the reason why I say Taylor needs to get therapy, and I think she needs to take her daughters with her, especially the ones that are her ex-fiance's children. Those little girls and you need to seek therapy, right? Because I don't think that Taylor has really dealt with the loss of him. I don't think she's dealt with that. And that's my personal opinion. You guys can let me know if you agree. And Taylor, because I know you show up in people's comments. I just really want you to get some. If you do show up in the comments, you're welcome. This time, you're welcome. I want you to just, get some therapy. Get some therapy. That's all I say. Get some therapy. And take your daughters with you, because I think it would be helpful for you and for them, so that way you guys can find a healthy way to deal with your loss. And that's all I got to say. Let's pause here, you guys. Let's move forward. Next up, you guys, let's throw in Brittany and Ray. Oh, God, can this season be over? For Life After Lockup, this is like one of the most boring seasons that I've watched in some time. This season is boring. So Brittany and Ray. So Brittany comes home in the room where Ray is. He's playing a video game. She's asking him about his night. I don't care. She brings up the rehearsal dinner and the fact that their parents are going to meet. She hopes her dad, will show up. I don't care. So she's leaving to go talk to a lawyer about the prenup, right? So she went to the lawyer, and the lawyer basically told her that she doesn't have to worry about Ray's restitution, because his restitution is his. So whatever they have. And I don't know about that when it comes to debt, because when you get married, your debt becomes one another's debt. So that restitution might not be yours, but if you got any debt and he got any debt, y'all own that debt together. That is something that you're gonna own. But the restitution she doesn't have to worry about that. And if they do have kids, the kids don't have to worry about that, because Ray got himself in that trouble, and Ray is the only person that's gonna have to deal with that, right? So she went home. She told Ray about the attorney. He was a little bit upset, but she told him that what the attorney told her, that she doesn't have to worry about the restitution and that they don't need the prenup. Do y'all care? I really don't. Let's go ahead and pause here and move on, you guys. Next up, Amber and Puppy. So, after Amber and Puppy got into it with one another, Puppy called Amber, and I put two and two together when Puppy was on the phone with her, and she was telling Amber that she needed to talk to her. I was like, Amber, I think she's trying to tell you, not over the phone, but in person, that she had a miscarriage. So Amber decided that she was going to go over there. TC, however, he doesn't want to have to deal with anything with not Amber, but with Puppy and, what's his name? Whatever Puppy's boyfriend's name is. I can't think of his name right now. You guys tell me. So yeah, Amber went over to the house, and like I said, Puppy had a miscarriage, right? So Puppy is blaming herself, because Puppy actually went to an abortion clinic because she was going to get an abortion, but when she got there, she just, realized that she actually wanted to have the baby, but then she found out she was having a miscarriage. So she's kind of blaming herself. Puppy, don't blame yourself, baby. Don't blame yourself. These things happen. We don't know why they happen, but they do happen. So then Amber went back home, and she told TC what happened with Puppy. So I guess he must be a Republican and he don't agree with abortions. Who the hell cares? It ain't your body. You don't dictate what the woman does with their body. We're not gonna get into that conversation, because I don't want to get into it. But what I will say about Mr. TC is, Amber, I don't think he's good for you, sis. Leave him too. I'd rather you be with Sammy than him. Just saying. You guys, that's it. Let's pause here and move forward. So next up, let's talk about Sean, Sarah, and Destiny, you guys. I'm tired of them. We can be done with these. We can literally be done with them. This storyline is over. Let's never bring. Yeah, let's wrap this story up too. Sean has gotten his happily ever after with whatever her name is, Sarah, and they having a baby. Let's wrap this up. Please and thank you. I never want to see Sean on my TV screen again. I don't ever want to see Destiny either. Destiny is delusional. So her mom and her sister are throwing her a her mom. You guys, I've been laughing because I'm watching SpongeBob in the background. And this is episode where SpongeBob had a meltdown because there was no ice cubes in the dispenser. What was I talking about? SpongeBob got me distracted. Oh yeah, Destiny, her mom and her sister are throwing her a baby shower. So I remember this. So I remember when Sean and Destiny first came on Love After Lockup. I remember somebody telling me, somebody DM'd me and told me that Destiny had other kids. But I could never find, like, I went and looked to see if she had other kids, but I could never find anything. Well, hell, in this episode, she told us she has 5 other kids. And she doesn't have, and y'all told me she doesn't have custody of any of her kids. How y'all be finding this information out and I didn't know it? Like, somebody really told me this, that she had other kids that she didn't have custody of. Y'all didn't tell me how many kids. But damn, girl, you got 5 kids that you don't have custody of. That is terrible. I hope the state don't take this one. Just saying. Because, like, what I will say is, if you guys look at Destiny in her scene, she looks a lot different in her scene than she does in her interview. Because in her interview, her cheeks look sunken in. And I'm like, girl, are you on drugs? Because her cheeks look like they're sunken in. I'm not saying that she is. I'm just saying that's how she looks. But yeah, so she's talking about the baby, and I guess how her ex she got some things for the baby, but her ex has him, he won't give them to her. Oh well, y'all know how I feel about Destiny. What goes around comes around, right? So she calls Sean up. She tells Sean she's pregnant. Sean says, well, there's no way this could be my baby after 2 years. She was like, no, Sean, it's not your baby. But she does want the money that Sean owes her. What money does he owe you, ma'am? I'm confused. What money does he owe you? Destiny is delusional. Go to hell. So then we see Sean. So Sean is in the store. He's talking to Kelly. You guys, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. You guys know how I feel about Sean. And I don't feel absolutely not a damn thing for Sean in this scene. Because he was talking about, wanting Gracie to come out. And Kelly was like, she might be up for that. But you could also come out here and see her and your other kids. I don't feel nothing. Because he went out to the car and he was about to cry. I don't care. Sean and Sarah, they have a joint checking account. He wants some money. I was like, do you want money to pay off Destiny? No, don't do that. But he's a dummy. So she told him no. I'm glad she told him no. I don't care. Oh, you guys, I'm really trying with this. I'm really trying. And I'm speeding through this because I just don't have any, they just are not giving me anything. I'm not frustrated and I'm not upset with this show. I'm just speeding through this because literally this episode and the last two, well, the last one that I watched, this one and the one, episode 18, I didn't watch episode 19. They just ain't giving me nothing to talk about. And I'm just filling space. Because I normally give you guys at least a 20-minute video, and that's really what I'm trying to do, is give you at least 20 minutes of a review, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So yeah, you guys, let's pause here and let's wrap up this episode. All right, you guys, Lindsay and Deonte, you guys. So they are on the street and they are arguing. Now, I did see that Lindsay and Blaine went live recently, maybe last week, right? I did see that they went live and they discussed the show. I didn't really watch the live because I don't really care too much for Lindsay, so I didn't watch it. I know I heard somebody say that Deonte went live. I didn't see his live either, so I don't know what he said. But I'm not even really gonna talk about the notes because I'm just gonna talk about what I've observed. But they're getting into it with each other, right? So she ended up leaving. She called her mom. I got warrants, bruh. So here's my thing. I would love to feel bad for Deonte, but I can't feel bad for Deonte, right? I'm gonna tell you guys why I really can't feel bad for Deonte, because this is the third time that this happened. His ex, that's unfortunately no longer living, she played him. Then you got Nicole with two L's who played him. And I'm not saying that just because they're felons that they can't be trusted, right? But the ones that he's been with, they have bad track records. The two that we saw, Lindsay and Nicole with two L's, their track records are not great. So I want to feel bad for him, but I can't, because especially with Lindsay, Nicole. No, I can't even say I felt bad for him with Nicole, because of his previous relationship and the things that happened. It's kind of like, it's the definition of insanity, right? It's literally the definition of insanity, doing the same thing twice, doing the same thing repeatedly, expecting a different result. So that's kind of that's why I really 100% can't feel bad for him. I do feel bad for him, but I don't feel 100% bad for him, right? Because honestly, the writings were, especially with Lindsay and with Nicole with two L's, the writings were definitely on the wall. The writing was on the wall. So he asked Nicole, not Nicole, he asked Lindsay, was she with blame? She said yes. I'm like, did you not think she was? I'm like, okay. So he's talking about he's done with love. So this is what I would say to him, because I know he watches my videos. So this is my advice. Don't be done with love, right? You have been dealt a bad hand. What I would say is, when it comes to love, stop going to these prison dating websites. That's my only advice. Stop going on these prison dating websites. Stop looking for felons. Again, not all felons are bad, but the felons that you have picked, they ain't what it is. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I gave you guys 22 minutes. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. And also, you guys, thumbs up that video. Also, you guys, so you guys will see Zatima episode 2 and episode 4 sometime, episode 3 and 4 sometime today or tomorrow, with Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. I haven't made up my mind yet, but it might be today or it might be tomorrow. You guys will see it. You guys will see it. I guarantee you guys will see Zatima. I just haven't watched the episode. But I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.